Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video about chess. It's been a long time since I uploaded a video, but during engineering exams and some other stuff I barely had enough time to create and upload a video. Anyway, today we are gonna discuss some opening basics, and on the next video we are going to start analyzing some openings for beginners. Before you start playing, there are a couple of things to remember. Few things to remember. Number one is to avoid unnecessary moves and develop your pieces. Second one is to you don't bring your queen too early in the game. Third one is to not waste moves and try as much as possible not to move the same piece twice unless absolutely necessary. And the fourth is to castle early in the game so you can put your king to safety. Anyway, let's go through all of them, starting with the first, that is to avoid unnecessary moves and to develop your pieces. In order to develop your pieces, you have to move the pawns that you have on e file or on d file. There are many ways you can start an opening or a game in chess, but the most common ones you will see, the most common in the games, most players basically start with e4. So this one, they move it on the e4 square. But what do they achieve with this? The first thing you have to remember for the openings for your first game and all the other games is that you have to gain control of the center of these four squares. By playing e4, you have control of the e4 square because your pawn is on that square, and at the same time, because the pawn is captured diagonally, you gain control of f5 and d5 as well. At the same time, you can develop your bishop and your knight as well. By moving the d5 pawn to d4 square, you respectively gain control of the d4 square because your pawn is on that square, and you gain control of e5 and c5. At the same time, you have the option to move your bishop and move your knight as well, and that's called developing your pieces. Another thing that you have to remember during developing your pieces is that it's better to move them as close as possible to the center in order for you to redirect your attacks and your defenses. Now let's move on to the second rule. That is, don't bring your queen too early in the game. Let's say, for example, I started the game with the e4, with my pawn to the e4. As you can see, I can develop my bishop, develop my knight, but at the same time I can move my queen. When you are a beginner and you know that your queen is the most powerful piece on the board, you can easily start to think it's better to move my queen because it can do so many moves and it's so powerful. But as I said in a previous video, your opponent may be able to trap your queen and capture it. So you have to take care of your queen, both in chess and in real life as well. Moving to number 3, that is to don't waste moves and try as much as possible not to make the same, not to move the same piece twice unless it's absolutely necessary. An unnecessary move can be anything that has not purpose of playing it. For example, if I play this one here at this position, it can be considered as a waste of move. Instead of this, I could just move to my bishop here and give it some more directions, some more freedom, someone may say it, for moves. Instead, by making this move, I wasted a move and gained nothing in return. Making unnecessary moves with pawns or even with some pieces result in losing your tempo. Tempo is a term for how fast you actually develop your pieces and your position. So, putting it simply, wasting your moves by making the same piece move twice or making some unnecessary moves result in losing your tempo and have negative effect on your game and on your position as well. The last thing is that you have to remember to castle early in the game so your king can go to safety. And as we said, there are two types of castling. That is the small one on king's side, that is more defensive type of castling, and there is the big one on the queen's side of castling, that is a more offensive type of castling. Anyway, remember these tips when you play a game, and in the next video we're going to analyze our first opening. Goodbye and thank you for watching.